Okay, top priorities of the best run financial brands post-COVID. Part 1, guys. What's the first thing?
So first of all, post-COVID, I don't think the COVID crisis overall is going away anytime soon. So I think it's really the top priorities that we're seeing for what's going to probably be the new normal for a while, right? To where we're going to coexist with what's happening. And moving forward, however, people are looking at what do we need to do now that we know what we know, and now that we have this new environment, what do we need to make as our priorities in our company, in our business to move forward and benefit and drive growth, right?
Right.
And so the top of the list are a couple of things, but the first one I want to talk about is taking care of your customers and connecting and engaging with those customers is an absolute priority of almost every organization that we talk with.
Absolutely. I'm talking with our customers a lot right now, as I know you are as well. And it is really interesting that they're connecting with their customers in a different way, and just even how they're viewing them and sharing with them, like goes back to the TransUnion study that we've talked about previously, is we know just in the millennials, 76% of them have really gotten hit hard. 56% of them are reaching out and looking for information. And I'd kind of ask people to think about every one of us is also a customer of various financial institutions. Yeah. And how are we feeling right now about the way we're being reached out? Do we feel cared for? Do we feel informed? Do we feel educated? How are we being taken care of?
Yeah. Well, so I think, if I'm listening to this and it's like, you could say, well, that seems really obvious. You should always be taking care of your customers and reaching out to them, right? Okay. But it has a different meaning. And here's why. You're in a period of contraction in the economy. Most people feel we're going to be in a recession for at least a while. And when you have contraction, there's less new business opportunities. And so a key driver to your growth and profitability is going to be the retention and the deepening of the relationships that you have with your customers.
Yeah.
And so it's not just about, sure, we should take care of our customers because it's the right thing to do. Yes, you should have been doing that anyway. But now it actually becomes a fundamental growth driver that is actually probably in many cases going to move into the number one spot versus new customer acquisition, which is going to arguably be harder for everyone because there's just less expansion.
I'll give you a great example. Delta Airlines. You and I are both big fans, big users of Delta Airlines. Their communication during this time has been so on point. And what they've reached out with were things where they said, here's how we're going to take care of you in the future. We're going to extend your status out until X time. We're going to extend these expiration dates.
It's all benefit.
Well, and what that does for me as a customer of Delta, I'm buying some Delta stock. I will tell you that because I want to invest in that company. I can't wait to get back on flights, and I will choose Delta because of how they took care of me as a customer during this time. And I can't say that that's necessarily the same thing, the same experience.
So think about your loyalty, even though arguably we don't have a lot of options flying out of Minneapolis, but even if we did, right? The loyalty that you feel fundamentally from the way they connected with you.
Yes.
And I agree with you. I've received a lot of the same things.
But I can't say that that's true out of every single brand where I'm the customer, right? And so I think that's the question is everybody listening, you're a customer of all kinds of places, right? Yeah. How have they communicated with you and taken care of you during this time? And have they built trust with you or eroded trust with you? Have they built loyalty or maybe eroded a bit?
Yeah. And I think about like I have status on 3 airlines, I think, from how much we travel. And I haven't gotten any of that type of communication that has been that good from anybody else. So I think it's just such an incredibly important thing, and it's going to be fundamental to people's growth strategy moving forward. And if you want to win and you want to come out on top of this and earn market share and earn growth in this environment, that the importance of customer loyalty has a whole new level of meaning.
And people remember how you showed up during a time when, people are vulnerable, or afraid. If you showed up at all. Because I think that's true on a personal level. It's absolutely exactly the same in business, right? Where people remember did you show up and how did you show up during this time that was a little scary?
Were you trying to jam something down my throat that I didn't need to buy?
That's right.
Or did you really care about me and what was going on?
Exactly.
So would the challenge be then to audit your customer journey as it's
Yeah.
been during this time?
Yeah, I think you have to examine everything, right, as an organization. And I think these are things that we are seeing and hearing from all of the people that we're connected with and many of the leaders that we're connected with is this is now a top priority.
Yeah.
Like customer engagement, connecting with my customers, getting deeper relationships is even more critical because we are going to need it. Number one, to grow. And number two, it's just, it's a better business practice anyway, but it is now fundamentally important.
Well, and it's
more than
how
ever.
we look at things at Total Expert, right?
Yeah.
I mean, customer success is number one. Every single person in the building knows that, but we truly do love our customers,
Yeah.
right?
When you
matters.
care at a level that a lot of companies think is impractical or doesn't make sense, that's really when you start to get into the area of making a difference, right? And really driving deeper loyalty is when you care at just such a more substantial level. And I know that's always been how we've operated, and moving forward, it's starting to be even more popular for other businesses and organizations to think the same way.
Agree.